So in this video, we're going to talk about another technical setup. Basically, it's a wave structure setup that we see, well, I see all the time when it comes to trading meme coins. We talked about double tops a lot, but these are double bottoms. And they're not technically double bottoms because they're not right at the lows, but I see it all the time. And it's very difficult with meme coins to get accurate support and resistance levels because they don't respect because they don't really respect classic support and resistance. These are fast-moving markets with little liquidity. However, I do see in a new move these setups sometimes. For example, I see when we move up and then we get a pullback. Notice here with this particular collection how we hit the same level. So we're coming back down and we hit 400 and then we go up and then we go down, we hit 400 again and then we rally from there. This has now become a support level, classic support. But if you look left in the chart, it was never previously much of a level. So you can't see it here. So you're not going to draw your lines as you might do with classical chart. You just need to appreciate when, so for example, we've got a potential stair developing here. So we've got a higher low here. So that's really good. So you're probably thinking, times to get in. We try and move and then it could have sold off. But it's very bullish if it holds that level and then moves. So usually there's 2 touches. Sometimes you'll get 3, but that's rarer. The same way, double top, for example, I think if we get to that all-time highs here, if it kept moving, for example, we would get a double top and we'd get a sell-off for sure. Sometimes you get 3 touches, but more often than not it's 2. And I see this all the time in charts. So let's just click on some random charts here. So you see this is moving up and then pulling back. And then we get to this level and then weak push up and then it touches the same level again. So that could be an entry point here and your stop would just be below, like psychological stop. What I mean by psychological stop is, well, if it doesn't hold that level, then quickly just sell here. But then we get a nice push up from there. And you'll see this double pattern again and again in the chart. So for example, this is pulled back here to trend line support. If we get a bounce and it pushes up and it's weak, and we touch the same level again, so a double, it may just take off from here, we don't know. But if you see the double setup, sometimes it can be very powerful support. So like I said, see it again and again in charts. You see it here, look, touches here, double here, and then move up. Look at this one here, 2 double taps here as well. So you want to see it generally on the way up, but sometimes you can see it on the way down act as support as well. Again, it's not like a guaranteed 100% every single time it's going to work that way, but it can happen. Let me just see if I can see it in any other chart. I'm just going to have a look in this one as well. So not as clear with this one. This is kind of all over the place. But again, you're seeing support respected here a couple of times. This one, not great. You see it just breaks below a little bit. But keep an eye out for that. As you're seeing it move up and you're not sure if when they're selling, it's going to fully sell off. Well, just the first low it came to, just see if it pushes and then just stays above that low. And that second one could be an entry point. So if you're seeing it pulling back and you're like, I don't want to get in yet, let it go up, pull back. You get a better entry anyway because as it starts moving up, your entry is worse. You're paying more. See if it does that double tap and then move on. So this double tap method, I've been using recently and it's been really good. It's been a lot more reliable than some others, like trend line supports and stuff like that. Trend line breakouts definitely work, but trend line support or classic support where I look at the previous resistance level and see if it acts as support, it doesn't work with meme coins. I've back tested it. Back test means when you look through hundreds of charts and you see if the same move is replicated in those. I don't really see it. Notice this one's interesting. So we had a big pullback here and then we pushed up, we struggled. That's a double tap. So you could have bought in here and then sold for nearly 2x. But notice we then come back down and we get a triple tap, which is actually more powerful because if we get support 3 times, then that means this level is very, very strong. And then that run was very, very healthy. It went all the way up to 1 million. So it's a 3x. So keep an eye out for those levels. Now on the way back down, we slightly respected that level. But like I said, meme coins are not classic. So nobody looks at the previous levels with these. But in real time, they will look and see if that level's been supported. But it's interesting that it bounced at the same time. When these collections, by the way, they get into wave 3 and they get a lot bigger, then some of our classic technical analysis does work. For example, GameStop or Dog with Hat, stuff like that. Some of it does work a little bit better, but the best opportunities aren't with wave 3s because they move too slow, and 40 million to 41 million market cap is nothing on your position. It's not even barely even helping you. So you want to stick with wave 1, wave 2 generally anyway. But I hope this helps. Thanks for listening.